Welcome to Directions from a Spiritual Tour Guide. I am Chanel Scott, a healer and a psychic medium who has been sharing my gifts professionally for more than a decade. This is a space where spirituality is simple, grounded, and lived, not performed. Here, we talk about the real inner work, the pauses, the questions, the healing, and the moments that shift everything quietly. This is the real talk for real life, without the fluff, the bypassing, or the pressure to be anything other than yourself. Through honest conversations, guided healing sessions, and soulful reflections, you'll be reminded that you already carry the wisdom you're seeking. Spirituality isn't something you chase. It's something you remember and embody. I'm here with you on this journey we call life, to gently guide you back to yourself, to reclaim your power, and remember your sacred self. From my heart and soul to yours. Hey there, beautiful souls. Welcome to a new episode of Directions from a Spiritual Tour Guide podcast. And this week, it is about taking your power back. This one just resonated. It's been sitting, in the chest for a couple of days and needing to come out, and just finding the time and the energy where I'm in the right headspace to share this one, because I feel like this one can be really triggering. So that's my warning to you. If you're someone that feels like you don't have your own power, that someone else takes your power on a regular basis, you might get triggered, but you also might learn something really powerful today as well. So settle in, take a listen, and just be. See what resonates. This year, and I've said this, I feel like so many times, I feel like I'm on repeat sometimes. 2026 is the year of living our absolute truth, being our authentic self, standing up full size. It is a year that this is our foundation. By really understanding who we are and being able to show up in that truth, to show up full-sized in that truth, no shrinking to fit in this year, it is all about full size, then that is the foundation that we are working from. And the problem is that we're really good about giving away our power. And this is conditioned, and it's very societal. I'm not even saying that it's individual. I feel like this is a really societal belief that we've been really trained to fit in and to not stand out and to toe the line and to be controlled. And I'm not saying we should all go wild and be all erratic and, no, behave yourself. You have morals and values, right? But there is this piece where we don't have to be disrespected, where we can own our own power. Now, it's funny, as I was thinking about this and what I wanted to say, there was a realization that the Serenity Prayer has been a guiding light for me. It's one that's just everywhere, but I know it's also a big part of AA, which is an incredible program. No, I don't have personal experience going through the program. I haven't had that issue. But I do know people that have, and I have done a codependency program that also works the 12 steps. And the 12 steps are beautiful. And one of the things that is a big part of it is the Serenity Prayer, because it helps us to understand where we have control and where we don't have control. So the Serenity Prayer is literally, give me the knowledge, the know-how, the understanding to know what I have control over, and the ability to accept the things that I don't. And it really calls on this higher consciousnness and, universe, God, so on and so forth, to bring it in, to hold space for us as I ad-lib it. We always have choice. And sometimes the choice is only how we react. But that's awareness, again, of what we have control over. It is so incredibly powerful to actually make peace with this and have an understanding of what you do and don't have control over. When we do, we start to release the control that we think we have over things that we don't actually have control over. And it creates this forcing to be diminished. And it allows us the space to go, okay, so I don't have control over this thing. How am I going to react to it? How much energy am I going to give it? Because again, we have the choice. We have the choice to give someone power over us, or we have the choice to hold our own. Yes, I get it. It can be super uncomfortable. My journey over the last probably 4 or 5 years, probably even longer than that, but literally the last probably 5 years have been really powerful in this piece of who do I have in my life? And are they disrespecting me? Are they bullies? Are they abusers? Are they narcissists? Are they just people that are sick? However that lands, that have their own mental health issues. There is this huge awareness for me of the energy that I allow other people to take through those things. I have a realization of my choice of how to react to those people and the boundaries that I have the right to enforce. And again, it's not comfortable necessarily, especially at the beginning. But when we start to have realizations of things, we again begin to take our power back. You know, when somebody, and I'm trying not to be too personal or give away things because I don't want to disrespect anybody in any way, shape, or form. But when we have awareness, so if somebody does something to you or sends you an email and you really know that it's not going to land back, that their capacity, and that's a big one too, understanding people's how far they can go and their capacity, that one's a big one too, in taking your power back. When you are dealing with someone who your words land on deaf ears, they're going to be manipulated, they're not going to be heard, they're is it worth your energy to respond back with a big response? Or is it better to give the facts and walk away? And by facts, I mean minimal. Sometimes we just need to say, I'm out. That is the fact, that I am choosing to step out and not be a part of this anymore. But we have to have our own capacity to be able to recognize these places. I know for myself, I was in situations and relationships where I just didn't see it. I definitely grew up giving my power away. Let's go there. I know I'm going to jump all over the place. I always do. You know that, right? Let's go there for a second, because I think that's really powerful to my journey. I really recognize that my core belief system was that I needed to do it all by myself and that no one was coming to rescue me. And in my tiny little 3-year-old self, that was keeping me safe and what I thought was giving me power. But the reality is that the trauma responses to that, or the symptom belief systems to that, because I think we throw around the word trauma far too much, created this cycle of me giving away my power, letting people control me, saying yes when I didn't want to, staying in relationships, friendships, jobs longer than I should have, not recognizing that I needed to walk away because it did not resonate or fulfill me in any way anymore. Not being able to really, because I was so afraid of people liking me, which at the same time, I dance to the beat of my own drum, but there was this piece where I liked to be invisible. Because if nobody could see me, then nobody could disappoint me. So there is this like weird and vicious cycle of patterns and habits that I created that we didn't talk about the pink elephant in the room. Everybody knew, and everybody just was like, we keep going. And bad behavior, I just could go on and on and on forever about it all. But there's this piece where we get to choose. Maybe we don't talk about the pink elephant in the room because we don't want to upset the elephant. But what we can choose is not to step into the room next time. Maybe we don't want to, again, rock the boat, but maybe we choose a different partner, a different job, a different route to work, whatever it is. We have the choice, and we have to use it. And sometimes silence is just as much of a choice and taking back our power as it is coming back at someone. I've stopped wasting my words and my energy on people that don't deserve it anyways, that aren't listening, that are not capable, because I can see capacity. When we can understand how far someone can take us, and to recognize the boundaries we put into place. There are people that are in my life that I love dearly that I know I don't go to for problems because they don't have the capacity to hold them in the way that I need them to be held. But I have incredible people in my life who have a lot more capacity that hold space for me and allow me to process and listen and support me in me finding a solution instead of somebody telling me what they think I should do because they're coming from a place of fear. It's really powerful, again, to recognize who do we spend time with and who don't we? Who takes from us and who fills our cup? I love getting my cup filled. Taking time with friends is a big one for me. Friends fill my cup in a big, huge way. Clients, you fill my cup in a big, huge way. I was part of an incredible event on Friday night called the Founder's Blueprint at Daylight Grill. Shout out to Gracie. You have an amazing spot. It's just the vibe and the energy of Daylight Grill. It's a breakfast place, but we were using it in the evening. It's incredible. Shout out to Cindy Chang. She was the mastermind behind it who got it rolling. And shout out to Kim of Son of a Peach. She fed our souls and oh my God, it was so delicious. I could have eaten 100 cupcakes, but I only ate one. Then I saved one for the next day. That filled my cup. I won't say yes to an event or to work with someone unless I feel like it resonates for me and that it's going to fill my cup. When we start to really pay attention to our own energy, we start to recognize how we are showing up. I know for me, my throat thing comes in a lot of different ways, but when I am stressed out or don't feel like I have a voice, my throat goes. And there's people that I was surrounding myself with that I recognized this was happening. And I really had to question how I showed up and how much energy I was giving. Because sometimes when we just decide to pull back our energy, we can shift it. We're not giving it as much weight or allowing it to bug us in the same way. We can maybe shift it so that it feels better. But again, this is our choice. You always have choice. And you have to choose how you show up and how you react. So this is where I want to go. You can feel when you've diminished your power. You no longer want to stand tall and feel good, but you maybe get like that ick feeling, or you feel like you want to shrink down low. There are signs and body signs, body cues, body feelings and sensations that are telling you that you are in some place or with someone that doesn't feel good to you. I have walked into stores and turned around and walked right back out again because I've gone, I get that feeling. I'm not staying. When we are willing to acknowledge the feelings, emotions, sensations that show up, that is when we start to really recognize, are we in alignment? Does this resonate or does it not? And if it does not, what power is it taking from you? If you go to a networking group and every time you go to that networking group, you feel like everybody's walking all over you, why would you go back again? Or if you go to a dance class and you feel like everybody outdances you and looks at you like, what's your problem? That's not an inclusive space. And you probably don't feel good. So why would you go back? Find a space that resonates. Find a space that feels inclusive where somebody wants to help you learn that dance move or that dance step instead of judge you for not knowing it. There are a lot of people out in the world that are unhappy in their lives. And yeah, they're going to lash out in all sorts of ways. And as long as we come back from a place in the heart, we don't get hurt. We choose to hold our own. We don't have to engage it. We choose to step back from it or hold a boundary on how much we pay attention or feed it. But again, it is your choice to take back your power or not. And it starts with acknowledgement. It's where everything starts. We can go back to AA again because the very first thing that they teach you in AA is, hi, my name is so-and-so and I'm an alcoholic, which is acceptance. Acknowledgement of this is who I am and this is my problem. When I show up to this place, it doesn't feel good to me. That is acceptance and that is acknowledgement. And then, from that place, we get to make the next choice. Do I stay or do I go? If I stayed, why? That starts to uncover your limiting beliefs, the things that are keeping you stuck. I spent years not recognizing the patterns, the cycles that I was in. Years. Too many years. I know personally I'll never go back. Because once you know, good old Maya Angelou, once you know, and you know better, so do better. So that is my rant about taking your power back today. My wish for you is that you are strong enough to really feel your way through life and to acknowledge the feelings and emotions when they come up, to really be able to understand where you give your power and where you hold your power. And because I haven't said it yet, power is not about control. Power is this beautiful, divine masculine, divine feminine, inner, soulful, beautiful thing that allows us to feel whole, to feel like we are sovereign over our own self. So, I hope you find that place. It is an incredible place to be. And if you are stuck in those limiting belief systems, well, that's my superpower. I'm really good at diving in and, I get a little help from your body and your soul and your higher self, and they tattle on you left, right, and center, and they show me exactly where it is that you are holding those limiting belief systems, and we work through them. Not just about understanding and accepting them, having gratitude, but knowing where we hold safety and where we need to move from. About being able to heal and grow because we know. Again, Maya Angelou, when you know better, you do better. So by understanding your limiting beliefs, you begin to clear them and you begin to choose new patterns, new habits that are in alignment with your soul and who you are now in your grown up, mature, knowledgeable, wisdom-filled, experienced body. Again, you do have choice. Thank you so much for listening. I am so grateful. If you are looking for something to do next weekend, next Sunday, January 18th, I am at Mystic Ramen. I am doing a morning of messages, a group mediumship reading. It is a powerful morning of messages and healing. It is just an incredible event. If you are looking for tickets, check out mysticramen.ca to get your tickets. They are under the events tab. Okay, from my heart and soul to yours, next time. Thank you for spending this time with me. If something from this episode resonated, let it settle. Awareness will always show you what you need to know. If you feel called to go deeper, you're invited to explore the ways we can work together through private sessions, group experiences, and guided practices, all shared at my website, fromtheheartandsoul.com. And if this episode supported you, subscribing, leaving a review, or sharing it with someone on a similar path helps this work reach those who may need it. Trust what stayed with you. Trust what stirred. Those are the directions meant for you. Until the next time, keep listening inward and walking your path in your own way. From my heart and soul to yours.